Alright, I thought I'd make a quick video about my 2001 Dodge Durango that I came across last year. This is before pictures when we bought it back in October 2009, and the story behind this, it was totaled back in June of 2009. Apparently it was the victim of a husband-wife fight or something like that, from what we gather. But this is the damage that the spouse inflicted. I'm assuming it was the wife, but again, this is just hearsay. All that damage, those dents, are from hammers, or from a hammer, and there's rust that had actually set in on the door dents there. A little tough to zoom in, but key marks, rust dents, you know, those are, or rust that didn't rust through, but several dents there on the doors, on the back hatch there, key marks. All the glass apparently was busted out, because there's still shards of glass that I'm still picking out of the inside to this day, but that was all replaced before I got it. But yeah, this is the other side here. The passenger side door up top was actually bent so far out of shape the door wouldn't even close. You see there's dents up top here on the hood, the frame of the actual door. Of course the glass was busted out at the time, and dents through here. This all had to be straightened out, but of course the tires were bald. I've replaced those. Inside looks great. Leather interior, you know, for being almost 10 years old now, it's really in great shape on the inside. It's four-wheel drive. There's the third back seat and busted tail light there. And this is the very next day after we bought it. First thing I did was sand out the rust and threw some primer in there to kind of stop the rust from doing any more damage to the doors. But all these spots here and there were starting to rust pretty good. There's some damage to the hood. I had to touch that up, or get the primer in there basically to stop the rust from eating it away. At the other side there's a dent there, and again the damage on the passenger side door, you can actually see right there. I'll try to zoom in. Right on the top here where it's actually deformed. That actually had to be molded a little bit when I got all this fixed back in March. And this is the back. Again, more hammer dents, and threw some primer in there just to stop the rust from doing any further damage. And that was the interior before I did the air modification. Had the factory intake on it, and radiator, this is brand new. That was replaced along with the water pump before I got it. But yeah, I just wanted to do some before pictures, and I'll go out to show you again what it looks like now. Alright, and this is the Durango now. Everything repainted, new taillights, added a rack. This trailer hitch cargo rack is, we use it for carrying our suitcases on the back. This is pretty handy. Put a chrome tip, you can't really see it with the rack there, but chrome tip for the exhaust. Added 4x4 decals on it. All the damage on the door here has been fixed. Did a good job getting that back into shape there. Tires are BFGoodrich all-terrain, and the 4.7 liter stroker, that's actually like a Jeep decal, but I thought they were pretty cool looking. It's the only thing I could find to represent the 4.7 on the front quarters there, so added those. Also added fog lights on the front. There's existing holes already there, so I didn't have to drill anything, but put a couple of fog lights that light up with the existing fog lights. And then of course I've got my light rack. All of those work as well. I'll show you those in a bit. And then of course the body damage that was done on the door, that's all fixed. But overall, it's compared to what it looked like before, it's in much better shape. I thought about putting a lift kit on it, but that's going to be a bit of money, and money that I don't really have and don't think it's really worth doing at the time, or at the present time. So, but yep, so pretty nice. And of course I've got the under the hood is the air intake mod. So basically I think these are like Spectre filters, but again this intake came off of eBay. The side decals, I found those separate and just put those on for flare, and then again the side filter for the intake vacuum tube. And I'll go ahead and fire it up real quick. Alright, I had to jump it off. The battery was a bit dead, but that's what it sounds like. It sounds pretty good. Bring it around to the exhaust. This is a Flowmaster 40 series, single in, single out, along with the MagnaFlow catalytic converter. I'll let it sit on the rack here. Stay. Alright. Now, turn the lights on. I got my off-road light switch there, and then of course the fog lights tied in right there. There's the off-road lights. They light up pretty good at night. And then the fog lights that are tied in. And I got the Sylvania Super Ultras for headlights. So they light up pretty good, so fairly decent light display on this thing. Yeah. Oh yeah, when I got this painted, couldn't salvage the Durango SLT letters, so I just had some made and put on there on the two doors, and then on the back, and of course a 4.7 liter on the back as well. But yeah, and for those who want to know, I got this rack from Summit, and the actual name brand is Serco. So it's a pretty sweet rack. This actually was on my 93 S10. It's a 50-inch by 60-inch, so it's a little bit small for this Durango, but apparently the recommended one is 50-inch by 70-inch, but this one serves just fine and it's already paid for. So, but yep, this is my 2001 Durango SLT 4x4, and runs great. And one last thing, for anybody curious on the mileage, that's the original mileage, 246, 293. Alright, that's it.